Okay, this is still review for page 97. Remember, when you're dividing, you subtract the exponents. But let's look at what our number is going to be. Our number is going to be 1. So we're not going to write anything. Our sign is going to be positive because both the numerator and the denominator are negative. And when the signs are negative, my answer is positive. When both signs are negative. So here I'm going to subtract the exponents. 4 minus 3 is 1, and the larger exponent determines where the variable ends up. So since the larger exponent is in the denominator, my variable stays in the denominator because 4 is larger than 3. And since the larger exponent is in the denominator again because 5 is bigger than 3, when I subtract, my exponent's going to stay in the denominator. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Since I don't have anything in the numerator, I just write 1 because that's what's left, right? It's 1 in front of the x, so all I have left is 1. Okay, this is a review for page 98. In page 98, you learned about the distributive property. That means that whenever you have a number in front of the parentheses or a sign or anything in front of the parentheses, you multiply it by everything inside the parentheses. So here we're going to multiply the 5 times x, so that's going to give us 5x. Multiply it times 1, so that's 5. 6 times x is 6x, and 6 times 2 is 12. And 7 times x is 7x, 7 times 3 is 21. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I'm going to combine the whole numbers, so that's 5 and 12. So 5x plus 6x is 11x. 5 plus 12 is 17, equals 7x plus 21. Now I'm going to move the knowns to one side, unknowns to the other. So I'm going to subtract 7x from here, subtract 7x from here. 11x minus 7x is 4x. I'm going to subtract 17 from this side because I want to isolate the variables. But I'm going to subtract 17 from this side too. That's going to give me 4. Now to get x by itself, I divide both sides by 4. What I get is x equals 1. That's my answer. That was the review for 98. This is the review for 99. And when there's no sign in front of the variable, we add. Okay, so when there's no sign, okay, so here we're going to combine like terms. And a like term is a term that has the same variable and the same exponent. So everything with x squared y is going to be a like term. And all of these have x squared y, so they're all like terms. So that means we can combine everything here. So all I'm going to do is just combine the numbers. 7 plus 8 is 15. Plus 3 is 18, minus 5 is 13, minus 2 is 11. So what I get is 11. And then the x squares and the y's do not change. They stay the same. So this is my answer. So here like terms are the x squares and the y squares. So I'm going to combine them. 4x minus 3x squared is just x squared, and 6y plus 4y is a positive 10y squared. When there's no sign, that means that they're positives. When there's a sign like here, it's telling me it's a negative. So when the signs are different, I subtract. So since the signs are different here between the 4x squared and the 3x squared, I know I'm supposed to subtract. So 4x squared minus 3x squared equals x squared. And since the sign here are the same, they're both positive, I know I'm supposed to add, and that's how I get 10y squared, and that's my answer.